Hey there guys, so in this war we're going up against blacks. This is war 4. Yeah, this is war 4. Again, I think I've been messing up on what war is which war. I don't know. Just going crazy. Gotta start out, every war with some good old connection issues. Makes you feel really confident when you're loading into war and your Wi-Fi is at full bars and your data is at full bars and then kabam says you have connection issues. I don't know. It makes me feel really good though. So I'm boosting up, maybe not as big as I could have, but I was very confident in all of these fights. There was only one fight that I was like really even slightly concerned about going into, but I've taken it, plus I have suicides on, which is something I don't even normally have, and so like I knew my damage was just going to be very, very high, so I wasn't really even too concerned about that fight. Here I'm taking a fair bit of damage from his rock field, but it's pretty much just a go in and burst it down fight. Like, because of the kinetic transference, you don't want to be spending too long like blocking. You just kind of want to go in, throw your two specials off, and the fight's done. It's a good thing I put on suicides because I basically killed him almost to the exact damage that I needed to do, which is pretty cool with that second special. Probably like 2,000 overkill, so that's not too bad. Not really any wasted damage, but I do need my Apocalypse for my next fight, which is going to be that Vivified Kingpin. So now this is a fight that it's one of the more common counters is using Apocalypse because he's so safe. He works really well for this. I personally don't love this matchup like the best, but I like it enough on this node. It's not like too bad. It's basically just, can you kill Kingpin before the fight gets out of hand, which Apocalypse does so easily, especially with suicides and like a mutant power back boost. You'll see how crazy I'm about to go. The biggest issue with this fight is just if the AI is good, because like look at this AI, he is not wanting to throw his special here. I'm backed up pretty much against my wall, and he has over 100% power rate because of his rage stacks, and he's just going to gain more. Right there, I cut my combo short because he was about to get the armor up, and it's a really good thing I didn't throw the special. And now here, I go in for that SP2, and it gets me up to a full SP3, putting him down at 17%. And I make the quick maths, I'm like, yeah, this should kill. I have suicides on, and at worst, I can throw like an SP1 into his block or something, maybe. But I'm like, please. And then I missed the 20%, but stomp him out. You know, he might be the pimp, but he ain't really a god amongst mutants. So, Apocalypse handled those two fights super fast, super well. Suicides are always really fun when you get to use them, except for the unit cost of like turning them on and off. Because right, you have to turn them on to go into war, and then you have to turn them off before the next placement, and then if you need to use them again the next war. Oh, I hate swapping suicides on and off. If Kabam ever make mastery swaps free, I will jump up and down. I'll do just about anything that they ask me to do. Well, okay, that sounds really weird. I would love it so much though if they ever did that. So here I put on the Horseman. I could probably even do this fight with Apocalypse, or heck, even Cable. This fight isn't too bad. It doesn't have like the bleed node on it. Yeah, this is path 1. So it's really just the regen. Really any of my champs could have taken this, but there's no it's basically there's no reason not to Archangel it, and Archangel is just still one of the fastest and like most safe champions in this game, if I'm being honest. So I think it's kind of worth you like look at that 9 neurotoxins. I'm doing 20,000 damage a second. Like, he's so fast. He's an absolute monster for a fight like that. So right here, I'm about to be taking this Killmonger, but I needed to go check my messaging and stuff, because I needed to take one mini-boss that I'd never taken before, and I was asking for energy, and then I realized, oh wait, they had actually already moved before I was asking for it. If you saw, the one member of my BG moved up from the middle up to the Cersei, because he has the fights after that. And I didn't realize that he had done that, and I'm like, yo, can someone like spare 1 energy? I just need 1 energy up to Cersei, bro, and I can do this all in 1 set of boosts. And I look, and I'm just completely blind apparently. So this Killmonger's a fight I've done before this season or last season, maybe both seasons if I'm being honest. I put on an invul because with all the debuffs you're applying, especially at not like a very, very high sig Archangel, he's going to be gaining a ton of power. Like, look, he's already up to 2.5 bars. But he's pretty trigger happy on SP2s is a good thing about Killmonger. And I'm doing damage over time, so his indestructibles don't even matter. And at this point, he's not going to gain power from the debuffs. His reverb is turned off. Oh, yeah, the reverb's turned off. And he's done. 25-second fight or something? Pretty fast. Man, Archangel's so good. This fight is... I would probably say this is easier than the Prowess Super Scroll mini-boss, because here, even if he gets the armor up buffs, I'm actually healing because of Horseman, unless he gets to, like, 4 bleeds. Up until, like, 4 bleeds, I would say I should be healing from this fight. I think. Because, let's see... Yeah, 163. If I put on half suicides, it'd be even better. The poison really is gimping my healing, but this fight's so safe. Like, I'm just healing up most of the block damage, most of the bleed damage. And at this point, the fight's completely turned off, so I'm not even getting the bleeds. The Prowess Conflictor one is it's a lot riskier of a fight, if I'm being honest. Like, usually my health, I'll end up at like 2/3 or something on that second Conflictor mini-boss, but that one I ended on almost full health. I didn't end up even healing going into this mini, because I'm not going to heal off 1000. I'm actually going to heal it off probably just because of my suicides and Horseman ability. So Cersei, there's 2 ways that she triggers her glancing. It's if you hit too hard or if she throws a heavy. And I triggered it on that crit, but I'd already gotten up my neurotoxins. So I'm not sure exactly how that worked, if on that one I had bad RNG or if she was reducing it. Because right there she glances, but I don't feel like she should be glancing. I'm not entirely sure. But it's really funny. They actually placed this in 2 different BGs, and one of my officers was the other person who took it. That fight was like a 30 to 40 second fight, like from loading in and out. My officer, it took him, I think it was like a 2-minute fight for him, because he just kept on like critting the first hit of his heavy and triggering the glancing. It was absolutely hilarious to watch it. And I was like, yo, that's not a hard fight, bro. I just sent him that video and he just raged in the chat for a bit. So this war against Blacks here, or Black, I guess it's not Blacks anymore. This war against Black, it was a good war. We only had 3 deaths, which is averaging 1 per BG. I think that's more than a fair, like, thing. That's more than fair. 1 death per BG. 8600, again, pretty solid on the time. I think this was a really good war. For us, they obviously had 10 deaths. It wasn't, like, too close in the end, but all Masters wars are pretty tight, especially early on. So yeah, I think this war was pretty good for both sides. I think obviously we did better. But yeah, it was a fun war. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.